Peace family, so I'm back with another one. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about knowing your strengths and respecting your weaknesses. Knowing your strengths and respecting your weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something huge that like we all have this difficult task understanding and actually accomplishing. One, because the matrix system is in place, and two, because we are not financially free to just solely focus on our vessels and everything that's going on within us and outside of us. So understanding that the way this matrix Western world has it set up, we are to focus on ourselves last and to focus on their objectives and tasks first. And if we happen to be positioned a little bit more financially free than some others, we're able to focus a little bit more energy on ourselves than the shit that they have for us. And get into this space after, you know, all this shit with the vid happened, you know, and not being back at another build job since all of that shit. Because I was a head chef at the kitchen I was at, you know, running the back of the house. I was helping with the front of the house. I was also helping with the bar every other weekend when I didn't have my daughter. So for me, I never been a sous chef or like a kitchen manager before. But in my mind, in my spirit world, I told myself I wasn't doing any more construction jobs. I wasn't doing any more hard laboring jobs for them. I told myself I wanted to be in one of these other plantations to where I can operate a little bit more easier. I don't have to work my physical vessel as hard for the bare minimum paycheck just to give that shit away to them for bills. You know what I'm saying? So when I had formulated a new inner space and I created the world where, okay, now I'm fucking running the kitchen. I'm cooking for the University of Virginia, all of their students, their staff, UVA Hospital, for all of them. Like one of the #1 breakfast brunch locations out this area before the vid happened. But that was me utilizing my strengths. I always known, even when I was younger, that I was good at everything that I've done. I've been really good at everything I've done. So I always put my sole intentions into everything that I did. It didn't matter if it was cooking. It didn't matter if it was sports. It didn't matter if it was like me building something with someone. Like whatever I did it to the fullest. And being young, I understood that I always use my strengths to my abilities. Because we all kind of understand that we have these strengths, but we just don't understand where it's coming from or how to adjust it and use it properly in the right manner. So once we get to a better space of understanding, okay, this is my strength right here, this is my weakness right here. So with these weaknesses, you have to focus your energy a little bit harder than you do when you're dealing with your strengths. When you're dealing with your weaknesses, and I'll start with me because y'all know I use me as an example all the time. So when I deal with my weaknesses, for me, one of my hugest ones that I understand is that this side all got different moms. This side all got different dads. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen how my mom engaged in real lifetime. I seen how my sperm donor engaged in real lifetime. I knew that my sacral chakra, the opposite sex, was going to be an extremely difficult task for me in my journey. I knew that at a young age, how difficult it was going to be. Going through prison and doing those 3 years and being able to take that time away, that was by force. You know, that was force. So I didn't look at that with the same strength or endurance to help me work in that area. But when I was able to position myself better in real life time out here, it gave me more strength, but it also let me know that this link is extremely fucking weak. So it's like this battle that I have to attack or go at least 2-3 times a day, you know. And this is something that I do within myself, but I still accomplish and do everything else that I need to do, because I already understand that this was gonna be one of those battles that was gonna be a long haul. This was my own internal long haul for choosing to come through the portals that I came through. You know, you can come through portals that don't have that sacral energy that's holding them up, that's moving like a weak link in their journey. You know what I'm saying? You have other people who that's not their issue. You know, they're just fucking emotionally not stable. You know, I didn't have any emotional support, but I was highly intelligent when I got here anyway, so that fucking didn't matter. But other beings don't, and they have different other problematic areas. But you have to acknowledge your weak links and understand that they're weak links. For me, understanding that this shit is a weak link, it took me a really long time, you know, because I did go through the 3 years and I still wasn't in where I was at spiritually, where I'm at now. So even though I managed my time and my energy in there and not have to worry about like, oh, because I knew I couldn't engage with any females or do anything of that nature. You do got your fucking magazines and your books and your imagination and all that shit, you know, but outside of that shit, right? It's like being in a candy store. So being out here in the real world, opposed from there where I was forced. Being out here is like being in a candy store. You in a candy store, but you have 10 cavities. You should not be touching none of this fucking candy in here. You know what I'm saying? But because you was raised on it, your spirit and your body, not your spirit, but your body is naturally craving it. Not your spirit, but your body, because it's its own living organism. So with your body having these cravings, then you have, so check this out. Your body is creating a craving, right? That opens a portal for the opposition to come in there and to use that as leverage to bait you in even more, to get you to dive into the candy when you already know you got 10 cavities, you shouldn't be touching it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just understanding and respecting your weaknesses. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge or put a finger on their weakness. And for me, it's like, I've been doing this shit so long now. I know what my fucking weakness is. You know what I'm saying? Because I always was able to point out all my strengths throughout my life growing up. Any plantation I worked at, I always told them I'm a fast learner. I didn't give a fuck what it was. It could have been Circuit City selling CDs and shit, to bricklaying at Moore's Masonry Company, to fucking concrete, to carpentry work, to you name it, painting. It doesn't matter. You name it, I've experienced and touched it. Installing plumbing lines, installing Virginia Central vacuums into people's houses, all of these things. But I already knew naturally I was a great learner. I intook information extremely well, and I had an extremely fast processor. I knew that young. So with me already knowing all my strengths, as I continue to grow, I realized, oh shit, I got another area that keeps popping up into place, that keeps taking up space in my spiritual realm. If I keep thinking about it, it's taking up space in my spiritual realm. So in order for me to get that space, you know, not occupied so it's free, so I can actually have my thoughts roaming properly, I have to address it. So if I don't have if I don't have a solution for it, then I have to address it, and I have to be aware, okay, damn, this is a weak link. It's like having a chain link. If you got one weak link right here, you're gonna hold right where the weak link is at, either before it or, usually before it, not after it, because that's where the weight is gonna be at. A little bit before it, and you can kind of catch the strength from there. But if you had access to use the full chain and that one link wasn't a hinder in the process, then you would be able to use the whole chain. But because we have these links that we haven't took the kinks out or welded back in properly, we have these internal battles that just keep coming back to place, or a reoccurring thought that keeps coming back to place. Now, spiritually you'll get to your own solution you know, the universe will send it to you when the time is right. That's just how it flows, you know what I'm saying? As far as for me and my weak links, like, it's not the best thing I can do in this battle right now for me is to continue to acknowledge it and to continue to fight it, you know, minute by minute, day by day, when that's the process, you know what I'm saying? Because there are no shortcuts when you're actually dealing with this battle. There are no shortcuts when you're dealing with this battle. This is something that you was dealing with prior. You know, for me, I already knew this was gonna be a thing, so it just kinda happened this way. So it just the process in this thing is just self-awareness. You know, you have to be self-aware. You have to have some kind of emotional intelligence. You know, we deal with a lot of zombie robots out here that don't have any emotional intelligence, or they're extremely selfish in the process and don't even understand what the word selfless means, or understand how to be selfless. You know, there's much more selfish beings out here than it is selfless beings out here, you know. And y'all already know I'm all about putting on for the next generation. You know, we done already burnt up a lot of our time, you know what I'm saying? So now, yes, the matrix is in place. Yes, you didn't get to live and do certain things the way you wanted to. Oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, you know what I'm saying? So now you have to focus that energy on the next gen. You know, somebody had texted me the other day, or I sent a text message out, and they was like, oh, well, be consistent, because I guess I didn't text them back fast enough, but my mini had the phone or whatever. When I got her, she usually has my phone for the full week, so I'm week on with my phone, week off with my phone. But when they said be consistent, I just kept thinking to myself, like, bitch, you don't even know me and how consistent I am. Like, you're so used to dealing with zombie robots, you should be even grateful that I even gave you any energy to communicate with me. Like, the first thing you say is, all I do is smoke and you work from home. Bitch, low vibrational. Why would you tell me that or mention anything about me being inconsistent? You have to tap in with me and my fruits to see what's up first before you do anything like that. Because for me, I just close the door right away. You know, I don't even linger around with trying to keep the door open or dance around here, dance around there. You know what I'm saying? We have to be aware of our strengths. Be aware of your strengths, you know what I'm saying, and respect your weaknesses until you can get them strong again. Respect your weakness till you can get them strong and lift them and elevate that shit again, to where you don't have to worry about that hindering your process, to where I can go out to the pools with my daughter and I don't even gotta worry about, oh damn, now I got all these females out here in all these bathing suits. Yes, they are looking. Yes, I don't mind looking, but on the inside, it's a whole nother world going on, because I don't have that many engagements with them, because most of them is fucking witchy. So I'm trying to figure out my own inner space and deal with my own weak link. So you have to figure out your weak link, you know what I'm saying? And most of us already know what our weak link is. It's just acknowledging it, you know? But I don't want to run it up too long.